Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Doctor's Health Talk Show. This session is a fun part of Farwa Rizvi, our class fellow. We're going to talk a little bit about her life and something personal that we look forward to talking about. Farwa, welcome back. Thank you. Um, so, my first question, usually for this topic, is if you had a second chance at life, you are a researcher, you love it. It seems like if there was a retake of life, what would you like to be?
I think I would have been a race car driver, the first female Grand Prix driver.
That's very good. That's very interesting.
I honestly, Farhan, till I was in year nine, I seriously thought that because I learned driving very early, and well, I consider myself a good driver, but I was seriously thinking about that. And then my dad, put it down. He said, "You know what? It's not happening in Pakistan at the moment. I would love you to do it, but you can't." But on a serious note, I think if I had the chance, I would have loved to be an artist. I love doing oil paintings. I don't know if you can see this. That's so I've got a few of my paintings in my house, and I've always oil painted since I was 10 years old. Um, Landscapes, seascapes, and I think I would have probably pursued my career in that
Yeah,
if I could. Yeah,
that's very interesting. I think that you could maybe at this time of the year where COVID has hit so many people,
yeah.
they're getting frustrated of what to do and everything is getting it. And I realized that how lucky those people are that could do artwork because it's a time of creativity. Sit down and I think you could teach us a little bit about artwork.
That's true. I mean,
As,
honestly,
yeah,
sorry, I was just going to say that you don't have to be an artist to paint or draw. You just do it because it's fun. It makes you happy.
no, I know that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
That I actually I was encouraging my younger kids. They're getting bored. What they
yeah,
should do, I said, look up some artwork on Google,
yeah,
YouTube, maybe
yeah,
and classes. So um, let me ask you about a little bit about your kids now. You have two
yeah.
daughters,
Yes,
mashallah. They're beautiful daughters.
mashallah.
I saw the pictures. They are, they must be trying about like trying to know themselves. So, um, what is their aspirations, and would you like them to pursue a career in medicine, science?
That's a good question. So, mashallah, I've got two daughters. My older one has just turned 18, and so she's already started her career pathway. She got an offer from Monash University for a double degree in law and human rights. So she's already started her university here. She's going to be the first lawyer in the family, but there's a story there because I asked her when she was in year 10 that, oh, are you interested in medicine? Because she loves biology like me. And she said, look, mom, I love biology, but I can't stand the sight of blood. And I thought, okay, she's being honest. So I never really pushed her for that. She had this intrinsic motivation to do something in law, and she's doing really well, so I'm glad for her. She's found her niche. My younger one, she's in year six, Alize, and I think is gravitating towards medicine,
She,
but she is, and if she does, I would definitely encourage her. I've always felt that as parents, you need to definitely, tell your kids these are, what are their options, but don't force them. If they're passionate about it, yeah.
I I would like to see somebody like Amal Clooney from Pakistan's background because she's a lawyer and she's big in uh, human
Absolutely.
human rights, right? I
She's
think
actually she's actually one of the favorite people for my daughter. So
is she? Yeah, because
yeah,
when you said that, I was like, oh, I know one person, Amal Clooney, that actually
yeah,
is fits that profile. So that's
yeah.
wonderful. I hope that she get to do good work for humanity,
Inshallah.
inshallah. So um, any the next question I'm gonna ask you is about your favorite destination, someplace where you would say, would take me back there whenever there's too much stress of your thesis or your research?
Right. Okay. So the first one, of course, is going to be the northern areas of Pakistan, Gilgit, Baltistan, Desai Plains in Pakistan. You know, we have the highest polo ground in Pakistan. It's called the roof of the world. I think the reason I'm saying this is because as a teenager, I was there. We went there on a family holiday, and I've got some beautiful memories of that place, and it's just lovely. My second choice would be Langkawi Beach, Malaysia. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. I've always been a person who loves to go towards the beaches with that scenery and everything. So that's one of my to go to places again, I would say. And then the last one. So there's a as a child, we visited the Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria in Germany. I've got some amazing memories, and I always thought of that beautiful white castle as a castle out of a fairy tale, story. I'd like to visit that again.
I'm impressed. You have traveled a lot in very diverse places, and you've been traveling since you were a very young child. May I ask, what was your dad's desire to travel and showcase and travel with the family? There's very few Pakistani families, I have to say, including myself. We did not used to travel, and nobody thought it was important.
I think we got really lucky, Farhan. In my family, both my mom and dad, they were always fond of traveling. My mom more so than anybody else. Um, the first the first journey that I remember as a 6 or 7 year old is, I think it was a 1 month old Euro trip that my parents took with me and my sister on the car. And it was just beautiful. Like, we've got beautiful memories. Like, we stopped at every, in the Shenzhen states. We stopped there, started from Germany. I think that was something that is forever etched in my mind.
Wow, I wish more Pakistani families did that. Oh my God. When I left for coming to America, that was my first ever trip out of Pakistan. I was
Oh,
20.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, I've never had left
Yeah.
the country.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
But Farhan, it depends. I think it depends on the individuals. Like my husband's dad, my father-in-law, he wasn't very fond of traveling. So Ali did all the traveling by himself, did amazing journeys. The last journey that Ali did was go to Iran and then Saudi and then Norway and Sweden. So
yeah, different, uh, okay, great. So I think you also shared some good childhood memories right there with those journey places. So let me ask you, you talked a little bit about mindfulness. We all, as we get older, we realize that we are prone to stress. How do you manage stress? How do you give yourself relaxation? How you go into the moment of home?
I think it's been an evolutionary process for me to first understand what were my triggers for my I would say for reacting to a situation or something happening. And then for me, I think I love to take long drives when I really want to think something over and I need to make a major decision. Then I just go for long drives. It just gives me that peace. Preferably without my family at times, because I need to just have that time for myself. Because I feel like when you're going for a long drive with your family, that's a fun time. That's different. So that's one thing. Um, Maybe just go to the park, just sit down and try to empty my mind. I think I've learned to compartmentalize things, and that is something that happens with experience. It's very important um, to take one thing at a time and just compartmentalize things and know that the one thing happening is not going to affect something else. So just separate the major thing and not digress too much. That's one thing. Definitely listening to music, maybe just some beautiful instrumental music, or just taking a walk in the park. depends on the nature of, the problem.
The problem. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Um, Now, you have mentioned a little bit about um, when we were just talking off the camera a little bit about having a understanding partner in the
Yeah,
life. Uh,
absolutely.
we don't get to talk a lot about that in our culture. We think everything happens for a destiny, and we don't believe in like finding the right partners. But when you find it, I think it a huge impact on it. And it seems like that your journey and your struggle, it it is also fruit of a good relationship with a life partner.
Absolutely, absolutely. Farhan, Ali and I have been married, mashallah, for 20 years now. Um, so we've known each other for 21 years. We were engaged for a year. So I could tell you that my husband, mashallah, has been the one, the one person in my life who made me learn to be calm, to face things, and to be grateful in the times of hardship and difficulties, and to be content with whatever is going around. I think he he's been a source of, that peacefulness, sense of peacefulness and calmness. um, we've always considered each other as buddies first, and there is this amazing, beautiful mutual respect and love. And I think that is the main thing. Like, you can take on the world and you've got your partner with you. That's all I can say. So I owe all of that to my husband. Like, he's been there, he's been my rock. I'd like to think I'm there, I've been there for him. And it's been a journey. I think that when you're married and for a long time, and you discover all those qualities in each other, um, it's like, you fall all over again in love with your husband, and it's something beautiful because that person has been with you through the good times and the worst times. So
Yeah.
yeah.
As we all are getting to that
Yeah.
stage in awareness, and I think we are realizing that
Yeah.
that's why this term called, you my better half, because they probably
Yes.
are
Yeah.
inspiration for your for the good things in life. So thank you for sharing that. It was very nice and personal, but thank you. So my last couple of questions. Um, I usually like to give people a chance to create a no limits 30-day vacation, an excursion that has no limits on travel, no coronavirus, uh,
Yeah.
no restrictions on any travel, uh, and all money, travel, everything is taken care of. How you would spend those 30 days?
Um, I think the sort of person I am, I would like to do a world tour, like starting from the Southeast Asian region, going into Eastern Europe. I love those, the tales, the stories from Eastern Europe, the Schengen states, and then just, exploring all the other, not
All
just
of
one place. A world tour
Yeah,
would be much
if
better.
if you keep sending us the postcards, we'll extend it to another month for you.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
That's wonderful. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. You said about music that you relax yourself, and
Yeah.
do you sing? Do you have a singing?
I'm one of those people. I've got a horrible voice for singers. So if I have to scare people off, I'll sing. So I've always been the bathroom singer. So no, I've never been brave enough to venture into that. But I definitely listen to different genres of music. For me, it's not just been one genre. It's always been something that depends on my mood. I'd be happy with rock and roll someday, or just music, rhythm and blues, or there are days when I love to listen to, the Coke Studio fusion music, or sometimes just plain hardcore rock. So it depends on how I'm feeling. I really react to the music and the song. And I know there are some songs like my favorite playlist that'll make me happy or energetic or getting ready to work or just making me calm, stuff like that.
So that's wonderful, and you have a beautiful voice, and I think it speaks for your strength.
Thank you.
It's not a weak voice; it's a strong voice, and it's respected actually in most most of the world that we live in, the Western world. So my question for you is now, um, what are your proud moments with your kids? Is there any activities that when you do with them, you just have the time of your life?
Oh, yeah. So, as you know, as you were a parent too, so you would know that there are multiple proud moments. But I think I've come to realize that when you're just there with your kids, as a family, you, your husband, and your kids, and you're just laughing about something silly, something that one of your children did or said, and all of you start laughing. That's one of the beautiful moments, just to relax. And it doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be a very cerebral discussion. It can just be something really stupid and silly. And I remember it wasn't that far back, like a couple of months back. So since this COVID-19 thing happened and we were, working from home, and in the evening, my older one, she said something. So they were just sitting plopping down on my in my room, and she said something silly, and all of us started laughing. I don't even remember what it was, and they laughed so much. Both my kids, they just fell off the bed. They were laughing so hard, and that just kind of generated more giggles, and it was something beautiful.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that always has stayed with me is that so my younger one, she was just a 5-month-old baby, and I was holding her. That was back in Islamabad. And my older one, she would have been like 6.5, 7-ish, and she'd come out of the bathroom after a shower, so she'd had this whole huge towel around her and on her head like a turban. And then Miriam, she started dancing around me and Alize. I was holding Alize, just a 5-month-old baby, and she started singing like this sort of weird sort of chanting song and just dancing around us. It was really funny. And my baby, Alize, she started giggling. And that was the first time I'd heard a 5-month-old baby giggle, like have a belly laugh. And we
Yeah.
were just laughing, and Ali came in and we were just laughing crazy. I don't remember what it was, but it was something beautiful. So I've always cherished those memories, and I feel that something that can make you laugh, it doesn't have to be big. It's a source of happiness.
We have to be we have to let go of our being our adulthood or being serious and being child or
Yep.
childish with our kids. I think that sums it up. Uh,
Yeah.
well, I think that it's been a very nice conversation. Is there anything that you would like to share with us to conclude
Um,
this conversation?
Thank you so much, first of all, Farhan. It has been beautiful just talking about things, the feelings, and everything. I definitely like to share one thing that I think I've always believed, and that's the message that I'd like to, impart with to all my colleagues and my younger colleagues as well. That um, we need to be comfortable with who we are, and not be trapped or dictated by the prevalent dogma. We need to be brave enough and courageous enough and intuited enough to take a step if we feel that it's in the right direction. We might not have results immediately, but as long as we know that we have good work ethics and we're doing something right and we feel it in our hearts, it's good to give it a go. It's good to make some changes in life. Don't be afraid of that. There are times when you need to be calm, and there are times when you need to take some action and stand by it.
Wonderful, very thoughtful. Thank you so much.
Thank
Uh,
you so much.
I have learned a lot today's conversation, and I would hope that we'll have a chance to actually have you back and talk about some stuff with fun, of course, but some things about Pakistan and
Absolutely.
how your public health background can bring some sort of awareness. Uh,
Absolutely.
with that, I hope that when COVID is over and when stars align, we will be able to meet each other in person
Inshallah.
in reality, inshallah. But it has been a pleasure. Uh,
Thank you so much.
my love and respects to your family and to your kids. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Farhan.